Welcome to Truth and Nonsense. This is podcast 8 about the coronavirus. Something that everybody's literally talking about. We're going to give you the truth and nonsense of it.
What is truth? What is nonsense? Corona is the truth. And you need to be more informed on how to prevent the spread of corona.
Is washing your hands, staying away from others, and coughing into your elbows as much as washing your hands as much as possible. And heard that apparently you can eat soup and you can rest and just doing the basic stuff for a common flu helps against it.
Yeah. Well, it affects the respiratory system.
Mm-hmm.
And this new strain of corona is like the 7th strain of like SARS. So it's something that we are familiar with. We've had corona before, but this is a new strand. It's stronger. It adapts and it hits the immune system really fast. So for those of younger ages and over like 80 years old, mm-hmm. It really affects the respiratory system at such a fast rate.
Yeah, it affects.
It's scary.
It affects elders and people with respiratory medical conditions. Those people are the most vulnerable to it.
Now, you were saying that it originated in China, some scientists, to maybe possibly as a weapon or to deplete the population.
That's right. Yeah. I think the government created it population control and sold it to China. And that's why they're giving money out to everybody right now. They're talking about it.
Supposed to get a check for $1,000.
Exactly. It's because China bought it from us. And
so when do we get our check? I want my check.
Right.
It's got to be based on income. It's got to be based on something. Give me a check that I can't cash. That's America bouncing a big $1 trillion check to give every American $1,000. Now they said every American.
Right. Does that include homeless people?
Every American.
Yeah.
I mean, there can't be restrictions when it says every American.
And so how are they? I wonder how they're gonna give everybody this check.
Well, I'll be pretty pissed if I don't get one, and some guy from Mexico come up here and get a check, and because he's got some ID and he just got up here. Every American should get one.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody should who is an American.
So I just want my check.
I think they're paying people to cover it up, though. I don't think.
The check is supposed to be like a stimulus package to help reboost the economy after this 2-week shutdown of our economy. Is actually almost like it's going to boost our economy and restart the economy by this multiple spending of all this money that we just borrowed from ourselves.
Interesting.
Yeah. But think about it. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a complete shutdown of our industry, a complete shutdown of our businesses, Chamber of Commerce, everything. So we're now losing money because we're not producing.
Yeah, because we're all shut down right now. So if we're quarantined and we're not working, we're not getting paid, how are we going to pay our bills? Are we still obligated to pay this month's rent if we can't?
That's a good question. I mean, you're quarantined to your domicile for 14 days. Can't go to work.
Right.
So if you're being forced that's almost like unemployment. The government is shutting you down. The government's saying you can't go somewhere. You can't go to work. You can't pay your bills. We're going to give you $1,000 check, so maybe that's how we're going to have to see. It's going to be a squash. We're going to be break even. You're going to give you $1,000 check, but you're going to be $1,000 behind because you just lost 2 weeks worth of work. Get it?
Yeah. But what about like people that don't have jobs?
Well, then that's a bonus for them. I mean, they can sit there and do nothing. But there's people that have to go to work. Some people who work for 2 weeks make more than $1,000.
Are they still gonna get their check for $1,000?
They should get more if they're losing more. You know, if you got a job where you make $2,000 a week, and for 2 weeks you can't go to work, you just lost $4,000. The government's gonna give you $1,000 check and say, "Oh, sorry about your loss. I'm $3,000 in the hole."
Oh yeah, because we're out of work.
Right.
So that's why they're giving us the $1,000 check.
Reparations for what they did to you.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And you're going to pay for it out of your tax dollars anyway. So when you go back to work, your tax money went to pay that money back that we borrowed from ourselves.
Right.
Thanks, Trump.
Yeah. Thanks, America.
But at least it's something, because every American $1,000 in their pocket right now. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
we need that. We haven't had that since what? Cash for clunkers with Obama.
And then there's everybody else.
Kicker checks.
Who's not in America, who's everywhere else, who's getting infected with this virus and dying.
Yeah, it's not. It's this virus does not discriminate. It doesn't care, you know, if you're Asian or Hispanic or Latino or black or white. It doesn't care. You're human.
All the fucking lives matter.
It affects the whole entire human race.
We should all be getting checks. Every single one of us. The homeless, the dying,
well, every American.
Everyone.
Didn't say every homeless American.
Well,
Every unhomeless.
And non-American.
Well, let's call them residentially challenged.
Yeah.
Not homeless. I mean, because I could live in an apartment. I don't have a home. I didn't,
Yeah.
I'm not homeless. Residentially challenged is a better term, politically correct term. A person is challenged to find a residency, so therefore through the barriers that they go through.
Have you talked to homeless people? Do they prefer that term over homeless?
I'm not sure.
Have you not asked anybody?
So some have chosen it as say that some are very proud to be homeless. They take it as a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Some choose to be homeless. Some don't choose to be homeless.
Right.
Some will call themselves travelers.
Yeah, like
not bums.
Lone travelers, like
street people.
Yeah, or like pirates. I know a lot of homeless people who are pirates. But they're land pirates. There's city pirates.
What would you call them? City pirates. Back in the 30s, they called them gangsters.
Well, these city pirates, they don't do anything but, just hang around, smoke weed, drink, listen to music and party.
Now, with this COVID-19...
Play guitar.
Or respiratory problems, vaping.
Yes.
Are they telling people that they can't share? We can't congregate more than 25 people in a room. Okay.
Yeah.
So everything's shut down. All the stores, churches, gatherings. I mean, no more than 25 or more. But you go into Winco, how many people are in there shopping? 100.
Right.
No gatherings more than 25. Kate Brown said, no more gatherings more than 25. Churches closed. Everything closed.
Mm.
Can't pray. Can't get together with a group of 25 people and have a party. Yeah. But I can stand in line at Winco and buy toilet paper next to people.
Cram in line with people.
I wonder, I mean, have you stood in line next to somebody and this is what they look like?
I've been on the bus with people like that.
Well, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I'm in the apocalypse.
Like, They're covering up because they don't want to breathe your air, yet you're standing right next to them saying, are you serious?
Well, also,
10,000 people died last year of the common cold.
Well, I think is I question it. I'm like, are you wearing the stuff because you want to protect yourself from me, or you want to protect me from you?
They're so scared of what we want to call the pandemic. They're so scared of getting it. Now they're wearing their masks.
Yeah.
They're terrified. And what are the chances of them being around it? The odds are
50.
rare. We're talking about 8 deaths in the state of Oregon. 8 people.
Because it changes depending on how you use your social distancing.
What counties you were in. Were you around these people that were infected? The chances of you being around these people, well, you'd know that because you'd know these people. If you don't know these people, the chance of you being around it's very rare.
Right.
But it spreads quickly. Now, we're supposed to be in day 7 of this, but apparently as of tomorrow, they're going into what's a mandatory martial law. Do not leave your home for 2 weeks.
Quarantine.
How are they going to enforce that? Who's going to enforce that?
Well, also, that's what I was going to say earlier, is how are they going to enforce the homeless people? They're going to force everybody home, but what about the homeless people?
Well, I think what they're going to do is, on the highways and where the cars are, regulate traffic. Where are you going? What do what for? If they're not going to do that, then it's people on the streets walking up and down the sidewalks.
Yeah, and those guys are the most...
They're not going to go into the bushes, onto the bike trails. But the problem that is happening is, go to the stores to buy supplies. It is a madhouse. It's almost on the verge of people are just ready and waiting, and they're thinking, when is the looting going to begin? Because as soon as they shut down services, bread, 1 per family. Toilet paper, 1 per family.
It's going to start with products that we need. Yeah. Essentials like dairy and...
The shelves are bare. Have you been to Walmart? Have you been to Winco?
I have not, actually.
The shelves are bare.
I've actually talked to everybody, and they've all said the same thing. The stores are empty. And the toilet paper is the one that's most empty.
And what are we going to do? I mean, we're being told to wash our hands. We're being told... What's with the toilet paper thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's something weird going on about this, right?
Stocking up on things. It
starts out in China, right? And then it's popping up in other places. And then I hear a story that a random woman who has never been to China or anywhere gets the coronavirus in the United States. So say that's not the government.
How'd she get it? Just
they snuck into her house and bloop.
Or she purchased something online that got delivered, or...
Oh yeah, a food product. Or she slept with somebody who came over from the country.
Now, also, people can catch this virus and show no signs or symptoms. They can be what's considered carriers.
Yeah, 1 to 14 days.
And there's some people that will totally get affected by it, totally become ill and sick. Then there's people that may contract it who not get sick at all.
Yeah.
If you're young and healthy, you have 80% chance survival rate.
That's right.
That's a very good chances. Now, for the 20%, we're talking elderly and respiratory problem people, where it can really attack the respiratory system, the lungs, and that's where you get pneumonia and you get other things. So people aren't really dying from the COVID itself, but the side effects of when you get sick. You know, your lungs fill up, you die of pneumonia.
Yeah.
Or you drown in your own mucus. So the key is respiratory problems and stay healthy.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
I heard breathing techniques were a good idea.
We're talking an incubation period of...
That's my own advice.
15 days. So after 15 days, if we can get this, beat this curve, and that's why they want people to stay inside, there's this curve of statistics that show the spread of the virus.
Bacteria will die.
By controlling this curve, you control your population by keeping them indoors, a controlled environment.
And you drink lots of water. Drink lots of water.
So that's what this is this lockdown that they're having. It's a controlled environment to beat the curve so we can get through this 15 days. And after 15 days, we'll be like China. We'll be out of the forest, out of the danger zone.
Yeah, out of the risk of all of us.
It should be over in 15 days.
The way you said that, should be over in 15 days.
Mhm.
That definitely makes me think it's not going to be over in 15 days. And that it might actually get worse.
They're already working on antibiotics for it. They say within 90 days they will have an antibiotic for it. They say within less than 2 years they'll have a cure for it.
Okay, so let's get into some nonsense here.
Okay.
Why are all of the presidents and the politicians giving not only inaccurate data, but they're all giving us like random information and different information, and they don't know exactly when the cure is coming and how much of the cure they can give out to everybody and what's going on.
I think politicians know that the more fear they instill in their American people, the more money they can get for when they ask for something and they want to pay taxes for something. You make someone afraid of something, they will give you money to fix that problem. So you got terrified of COVID-19, and now they're just saying, hey, help us, give us money to fight this, and the money is pouring in.
Yeah, through advertising and through selling products. But how are they going to sell the products with their stores closed?
By making you afraid. Stay at home. People are dying. This is a dangerous thing. But let's get the other facts going. Let's get the other illnesses, the other things that people are dying of every year. This is nothing new. This is a very small percentage of people. We're talking, what, less than 10,000? Worldwide?
No, in the United States.
In the United States alone.
And worldwide, it's about, I think, max 44,000 that's been calculated on the internet.
That is less than 1% of the population of the Earth.
Right. And so, that's not even including the people they don't know about and didn't calculate.
So
The people that died without anybody knowing that they died from it. You know what I mean? There's probably more.
more figures in China or more figures in the U.S.? Because in the
Well,
U.S.,
it's probably more in China, obviously.
I've noticed it spread pretty quickly.
Really quickly.
As soon as it got from China to the United States, I mean, how fast did it get to Oregon?
Right.
Matter of weeks.
Exactly. And why did it pop up in random locations? It's like somebody dropped a drop of water on the map and was like, okay, that's where it's going to be. That person. It's weird.
How long can it stay when it lands on something? Some have said it can
I don't know.
3 days, 72 hours.
I mean, it's just starting, right?
They said a droplet can land on some cardboard and last 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's almost 72 hours. So, what are we supposed to stay away from? Cardboard? Where are the droplets
No.
coming from?
No, for sure. The droplets were just an example of just dropping a tiny little dot on the map.
Gotcha.
Smoke weed. It cures cancer.
Drink a Corona.
That's right.
I think after a couple weeks, everyone gets their checks and starts spending their money again. I don't know if you realized it, but Las Vegas has been shut down.
I didn't know about that.
Due to the Corona, and there's going to be a big advertising campaign that people are going to get half price, round trip, very affordable fares to go to Vegas and back.
Well, of course.
And then have T-shirts that say, I
Population
survived
control.
Corona.
It's a major fucking operation of population control. So if this is true, if this is what they're doing, they're buttering us up. I've seen this before.
I mean, for population control, we should be able to beat this virus in 15 days, no problem.
Well, I mean, it's already killed thousands. At least 44,000 people have died. Yeah.
How many? But only 8 in Oregon.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Only 8 deaths in Oregon. And that's why declaring this so-called martial law, where they want people to lock down, stay down for 15 days, is if they can do that,
Let it die off.
we have a better success rate at surviving this than if we just keep going out, keep spreading it.
Well, also the
'Cause it is
quarantine.
addictive.
The quarantine is the closest thing we can do to stall, so that way we can come up with a cure. If my theory is wrong about the government starting it.
What I don't get, though, is if we're quarantined and nobody can go out, those that are out
No.
there, how do you can't get it if you're not around anybody. And if you go out in the streets, it's a ghost town. Nobody around. Up and down the sidewalk. I can walk miles and run into some people at least 50 feet away.
You know,
There's at least a 6 to 10 foot
because of this
bubble.
because of this virus,
Mhm.
there's huge social differences in the economy.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you can't cough in public without people giving you dirty looks. Like, that means normal people with a smoker's cough
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Like
they're
me?
freaking out.
smoke pot and smoke cigarettes who constantly are just coughing.
Mhm.
You know, people look at you weird, like you have the coronavirus
Right,
now.
because you coughed.
Yeah, because you coughed. Exactly.
It's like, so we can never cough again.
Never. We have to hold it in now until this dies off for our own, for the judgment of others, really. Which is nothing we can control. You know, it's how people feel. It's how they immediately feel upon observation.
That's when you mix a little bit of the truth with what you consider ridiculous, totally ridiculous. You tell someone the truth about something, and they take it to the total extreme, and they do something so ridiculous that you're like, really? Like, you're so afraid of this that you're going to go through all these measures, and your chances of getting it are so rare. Now you're walking up and down the street with a mask on your face, and you look silly.
Well, those people are trying to protect themselves.
Okay? So that means everyone
Or
should-
they're paranoid.
Exactly. I didn't wear a mask.
Because I've only, I see nobody, at my work wearing masks, but I've seen one person on the bus wearing a mask and gear.
Now, if you were walking down the street and you saw someone with a mask on, wouldn't you veer away from them, thinking that maybe they were contagious,
I don't know, because I'm somebody that,
and you weren't wearing a mask? And you know you're not contagious, so you're not wearing one.
I'm somebody, my dress attire is sometimes scary. So, I would walk down the street wearing this gas mask and feel
Mhm.
totally normal.
Right.
But other people, who fit into societal standards and are scared of normal things, they look at me and others who dress weirdly
Right.
and are scared of them and distance from them.
I mean, I've got people walking around.
So you have every right to be safe. Do not talk to anybody that your gut is telling you not to talk to.
You go into a store and someone's like this. You don't feel safe.
Yeah, you.
What's the guy going into the
kick
store
them.
for? Here, I'm here to buy something. They're here, take everything. No, I'm shopping.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Empty your pockets first, sir. Or leave the store.
I went into
Sorry,
Winco.
gangsters, but that scares us. You gotta
And-
stop doing this. Robbing.
One.
Just
one
ask
per
us for
family.
help.
One per family. I buy a monster and a bread, and I get herded through cattle at the Winco. And you see people in the mayhem, and you just can't believe it. And it's like, this is based all on not facts, but fear.
Yeah.
Total
Exactly.
fear. The facts aren't there to support this, but yet when someone says on the news,
Well,
you gotta do
we're
this,
gonna-
you gotta
might
do this, you
die.
gotta do this, It's like, really? I didn't know that.
It's like, these are the things we should already be doing.
I was out in the country for 2 weeks, hadn't watched TV at all, didn't know what was going on. Came into town and I was like, what's happened? Everything just kind of changed.
I mean, we're condensed energy and matter and bacteria.
Like carbon.
Yeah, And so how, we're not going to be immune to every single other disease and sickness, because there's fucking tens of thousands of millions of things.
Well, we should expose ourselves
and everything affects each other, and so sometimes things kick our ass, and sometimes that's the coronavirus.
COVID-19. So what's COVID-18? COVID-17, COVID-16.
I don't want to know. Do you want more coffee?
I want more coffee.
Okay. Well, here's my glasses. Alright, we're going to take a break.
After these brief messages.
Yeah. Commercials, advertisements. This is what I'll do. I'm deciding this now. I'm adding a commercial, a coronavirus commercial made by Truth and Nonsense Podcast. Check it out after this video. Today on Truth and Nonsense, we're endorsing B.A.C.A. Bikers Against Child Abuse. You can find them at buckworld.org. No child deserves to live in fear. For a second I couldn't tell if we were recording or not. This coronavirus it's gonna be a tough one. There's nothing we can do about it. Except for everything I said. And more. Barker, what do you think else we should do to avoid spreading and getting worse?
Well, I would, follow with the current mandate of staying out of groups. Keep a distance from people. Wait out the
Social
15 days.
distancing.
The more precautions you can take, the better chances you have.
Quarantine yourself if possible. Remember, the world is going into chaos right now, and we have a serious situation. Don't be afraid to take time off of work. I'm sure your bosses will understand if you want to protect yourself.
A lot of people are going to work if the stores are closed.
Exactly.
You can't go to work.
But if you work at a place where you still have an option to work, or you have to work, I recommend you don't work until this all dies over.
The only exceptions of travel, I believe, are to go to the store and make purchases.
Necessities. Yeah.
Well, food is a necessity.
Absolutely.
But then they're gathering for more than 25 people. There's the chances. There's where you're going to be susceptible to these things and these viruses, is being in these large groups of people.
Yeah, that's 'cause more bacteria is being spread around in the air and the.
So if you must go out, wear a mask.
Where's your mic at?
Wash your hands.
Where's your mic at? You know what's that?
My mic is right here.
We're gonna test it out. See.
Check 2.
Yeah, if these mics are working, we don't know anymore.
Oh, I believe they are.
Yeah, I think they are. I won't get them close to my face so that my lovely audience can listen to the nonsense that we give them.
You gonna give them the truth or the nonsense?
Well, we gave them most truth mixed with a little bit of nonsense. My theories. Any inaccurate information we say, please don't use it against me. I'm not here to inform you. I'm here to talk with my friend B.A.C.A here.
But do we give them hope?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's enough of us.
So the hope is that within 2 weeks, 15 days, we'll be out of this pandemic, this scare, and we could move on forward with our lives.
However long it takes.
I want that T-shirt that says, "I survived Corona."
That is empowering.
Viva la Corona!
Whoever makes t-shirts and wants to steal ideas, do that. We can fight the coronavirus.
Until COVID-20 comes out. And that's a whole other game.
Yeah. Might be nuclear warfare by then.
Now, that's a whole different subject. I don't know if we want to talk about that.
Fuck yeah, let's do it. Do you guys want to talk about it?
Some believe
Yeah?
that China has used this
Alright.
as a weapon to destroy our economy. It has
Absolutely.
It has
they
basically shut down our system. It's definitely worked.
have. Why would you like to?
They're in control of the antibiotics. They're in control of the virus. They're in control of the how much we're going to pay, because they're the ones that are going to give us the
They're just
antibiotics.
everybody is trying to control anybody that can.
Should we have to buy that antibiotic from a country that made the virus to begin with? Should that antibiotic be made available to us for free?
Not that we're accusing anybody specifically of making the virus.
Well, we both know the Chinese scientists
Yeah.
made the virus.
Maybe we're dumbasses and it came from nature.
But
Or
we shouldn't.
maybe it came from God. Who knows? Comment what you think.
Should we have to buy the antibiotic for the virus, or should it be made available to us free of charge?
I think, well, with all this money that's being promised, if it does go around, we should...
Take that $1,000 check
No,
and
we
spend
should
it
get
on
it for free, obviously.
Exactly.
Obviously. But I think there should be a charity at least, so that we could at least help pay towards it to help.
Well, I think that's what the $1,000
more.
kicker check was, the reprimands for the Americans suffering from the
Medical
effects of
supplies.
Corona. These checks are meant to help ease the suffrage. You know, I don't even call it suffrage. If you know what suffrage, the definition of suffrage is.
Quit buttering us up, government. We know it's you already, okay? Give us the aliens. Give us the knowledge.
E.T., phone home.
If you're causing pandemics like this virus, you can give us the truth about aliens. How bad can it be? We already, some of us, thousands already believe in aliens. I think it's time.
Now, we're not talking about the alien
It's true.
from the border, but we're talking about the alien
No,
from outer
absolutely
space.
not. We're, in that case, we're all animals and we're all aliens to each other.
Yeah.
Everything.
What is new to you could be alien to me.
Exactly. It's all about perspective. And if you know the word alien and if you think about that.
Do you feel alienated?
Me?
Yeah.
I never really think about that word if I ever felt that way.
You ever feel lost, alone, by yourself, isolated?
Yeah, I'm sure I have, yeah.
So you can feel alienated, in a way, from society.
It doesn't bother me too much, though.
Right.
Except for when I'm doing this podcast. I like to do it with somebody, because if I'm sitting here, I wander off in my own conversation, talking to myself and my audience, and
So you alienate yourself from your own audience?
I guess so.
And that's okay, because your audience should follow you. Do you follow your audience? Your audience is here to watch you.
A lot of my audience I know, and I do follow them in real life, yeah.
And you know them, but do they know you?
Some of them do. Yeah, I'm sure all of them know me, honestly. Keep watching this podcast so you can get to know me more, maybe. And if you comment, you could, I respond to comments. Any comments, insults.
feedback,
jokes.
positive feedback, negative feedback, constructive
Medium
criticism.
feedback.
Any comment's a good comment.
That's right, because you know what? I can check on my phone and I can see that somebody commented on my video, and it makes me feel good, even if it's bad.
I mean, not everybody's going to sugarcoat it and praise you. You're going to get some people that are going to have their opinion.
That's right.
Say negative. You need
And
that
I accept it.
as a way to see where you're going and how you're affecting your listeners.
Yeah, I need the feedback and the advice so that way I can improve my channel for the audience and really for myself, and sometimes not really. It's mainly for the audience, and I like watching them. Personally, I do. I watch them a few times and then I don't watch them anymore.
It's like self-journaling.
Kinda, yeah. But, you know, in a way, with having conversation with others or myself, I not only learn things, but I have recorded the things that I've learned in conversation.
Yeah.
So I know them and other people can know them. And you know, honestly, I started this podcast because I realized, what do I do all day? I sit around and
Hold on.
besides, no,
Sit around and do what?
No, I work on a lot of things. Like, I work on music. I play video games. And yeah, that's the extent. It's really music is my main thing that I do besides the podcast.
Right.
But
Music is a very creative way to express yourself.
yeah. But I realized I just sat, you know, besides doing all my hobbies and my goals, I just sat around and I talked to people and I smoked pot. And I figured, if I'm having amazing, intelligent conversations, I should record them. I should be doing a podcast.
Right.
Because
Sharing your experiences with others, even though your experience with one person, if it's a positive experience, to share that with others, you know, some people may isolate and want to join in on something but don't have access to something like that. A podcast like this can definitely, especially if you could get them to call in and talk to them. You know,
yeah. Yeah,
you could interact with it. That'd be totally cool. They'd be watching that live stream. You have a call in. You could press a button and say, "You're live."
I'd love to set that up. I mean, you can even help me set that up.
You can do that through live stream, Messenger, Facebook.
I haven't really looked into any
Even
live
with YouTube.
streaming, so I haven't tried to do any of that really.
Like when you Skype, someone Skypes in.
Yeah.
You got them on the mic. You got them on even videos. Call in. They can have their own topics that they want to talk about.
Just put them on speaker.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You can do that with your phone.
Yeah, I can do that. And I might do that. Truth and nonsense. Might start doing that thanks to my friend Tom Elliott here. Bass player. Magician. Just kidding. He's not a magician.
Just making food disappear.
Food disappear. Yeah. What about marijuana?
I don't make it disappear. I just consume it.
Well, we're
By the way,
humans.
it is 420 friendly. So
Yeah, legal. No worries here, my friends.
welcome to. Can we say where we're from?
Yeah.
Welcome to Oregon.
Yeah, this is Oregon.
420 friendly.
420 friendly, truth and nonsense. No, there's nothing to hide. Nothing to hide here. Except for how B.A.C.A plays his bass skills. You don't need to know. Just listen to it.
Who? We're not promoting
Bikers Against Humanity.
Bikers Child abuse. That B.A.C.A.
Yeah, not community. I'm sorry, people. Child abuse. It's a serious thing. And if I was in it, if I was in B.A.C.A, Bikers Against Child Abuse, I'd be in a good cause. But for now, on Truth and Nonsense, I have B.A.C.A written on my hand here. What I meant to say was my friend Tom Elliott here. I think. That'd be all. Truth and Nonsense. Good night.